Okay, we are.
Okay. With the name? With the name? No. Beginning.
No?
The position. No name. No?
Name? I can start with you?
Yes.
Okay, hello, my name is Debate1. I'm gonna be the moderator of this debate. And this is skill 6, and the topic is about marriage. Okay. I'm gonna give you some recommendations to the debate. First, be concrete with your answers. Second, please turn off your cell phones. Third, if you want to answer a question, please raise your hand and I give you the word. And be respectful with the others' opinions. And please, when the other person is talking, respect and be quiet. I'm going to introduce the topic, homosexual marriage. Homosexual marriage, and also known as same-sex marriage, is between two persons of the biological sex, and sometimes it's referred to equal marriage or marriage equality. And the laws in the modern times annulled the same-sex marriage were annulled during the first decade of 21st century. 15 countries allow the same-sex couples of marriage. Polls in various countries show that there is rising support for legally recognized same-sex marriage and across the race, ethnicity, religion, political affiliations, and socioeconomic status. The recognition of same-sex marriage is a political, social, and human rights and civil rights issue, as well as religious issue. And many nations around the world and debates continue to raise over whether same-sex couples should be allowed marriage, be required to all the different status or civil union, or be denied recognition of such rights. Same-sex marriage also gives them the legal protections. Some analysis states financial, psychological, and physics well-being are inherited by marriage, and that children same-sex couples benefits for being raised by two parents with legally recognizing union support by society's institutions. Some societies stigmatize and invite public discriminations against them. Same-sex marriage can be performed at civil ceremony or in a religious setting. Various communities around the world support allowing same-sex couples to marry to conduct same-sex marriage ceremonies. The Catholic Church provided the marriage. And how about you? I'm gonna ask you a questions. And are you in favor of marriage gay?
Okay. I am not agree to adoption between homosexual because I am very religious. I'm Catholic, and I think that the woman is the complement of the man. No, I think that a child don't react with two people of the same sex.
Yes. And then
Well, on the one hand, I'm in favor of the gay marriage because I think this is a personal opinion. If you are gay, you don't affect anybody and you have the right to be happy. But on the other hand, I'm against of the adoption because you know it's your decision. You have the opinion, but you don't have the opinion for the other person. A child doesn't have the culpability.
I think they have the same rights the heterosexual couples have, and this is, I don't know, for me, is discriminated for this part because for they is a dream via a couple or parents, and the scientific studies say the opposite the people believe. For example, the Massachusetts University, American Academy of Pediatrics University say the kids are happy and don't have psychological problems, and they have a good develop and are happy. And what would be the problem?
Claudia, no offense, but I just can't agree with you because I think in Colombia the marriage, the normal marriage, has a lot of problems, and I think that if the kids grow up with parents with the same sex, it's so difficult because because the kids that have been adopted by the same sex, marriage, sexual, marriage, the sex, yes, homosexual. In another country, might feel frustrated because they see that the other families have different things that different fields. Is my opinion.
I'm not sure because I have other start of the vice versa. Because in Spain it's so important the system adoption, and they need have a secure result for kids. And they say the principal problem of the kids have homosexual parents is the other kids, because the normal family believes they are wrong and it's a mistake, and maybe the kid has a problem psychological. But is there for the normal people see the things?
Okay, I have a question. What do you think? What is the difference between heterosexual marriage and homosexual marriage?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What do you think? What is the difference between heterosexual marriage and homosexual marriage?
If we speak about marriage and non-amor, I think no have difference because there's some
Heterosexuals and
If someone
it's the same. For me, it's the same.
no is the same.
No.
Heterosexual is
But
a
marriage.
Okay,
man,
okay.
and homosexual is
No,
different
but
sex.
there's where is
Please
between.
quiet.
But the question is between heterosexual marriage and homosexual marriage.
Yes.
In my opinion, it's the same. Okay, it's the same sex, but it's the same. No?
Okay,
Do you understand me?
I have a question. Could you tell me?
Basically, that's the difference.
Could you tell me how you feel with two parents or two mothers the same sex?
No, I against with the adoption. Against. But terrible for the child.
I think that the answer is that the marriage, heterosexual marriage, is between a man with a woman.
Yes.
And the homosexual marriage is a marriage with a couple of people with the same sex. Yes.
Yes. Yes,
But what is
but
the difference?
if you are engaged, what is the difference? Because if you are engaged, you need a reason.
Your answer is about the opinion,
Yes.
the personal opinion.
Okay, but it's not like a personal, it's a science. Because the physiological shape is totally different. I think so.
I think this topic is more religious for youth. For me, it's just a way for a family, and they have a clear position as kids. These kids are loved. Sometimes it's more loved than a traditional family. In this union, in the constitution is sustained, and I think it's normal.
I have a question, but it's not like that. Our debate is about the marriage, homosexual marriage, but in Colombia or in
Or
In the world, in the world.
in Colombia, because if you try to think about our constitution, it's not first the marriage, homosexual marriage is not abolished here in Colombia. Our constitution is prohibit the homosexual marriage, but it's not a belief.
Yeah, but I said the free union.
Not really.
Yes, I see in the
No.
one century for article say, and I read in the registry, and say it's possible, but then the legislator don't do it.
In Colombia, doesn't exist the homosexual marriage. Our constitution recognizes the marriage how institution between a man with a woman.
Yeah, but
Yes. Stop. Sorry. Excuse me. I need to tell you other things. And no more. And the government wants to recognize the rights about the old people, yeah, but it's not recognized. Sorry, hola.
I'm hearing that.
But the constitution doesn't recognize the marriage, the homosexual marriage, like a true institution. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
I think that the Colombian constitution is not a good point or maybe a position because we all know that the constitution needs to be reformed. The constitution has been since 1991 and a lot of things have changed in these years. I think the constitution is not like a position because constitutions need to change based on of the human necessities and the human new ideas. So it's not, the constitution say a lot of things that are not maybe allowed, but people still do it. So maybe I have to be like a little bit in disagreement with you because I think the constitution, the Colombian constitution is based on really old ideas.
I'm very conservative ideas.
I'm very conservative. Yeah, because Colombia is a Catholic country, right? Was a Catholic country. Everybody needs to be Catholic, but the reality is other reality. Like here in Colombia, there is a lot of people that are not more Catholic.
But it is to accept the civil union because there past 6 or 2 years you are marriage, and the indirect form as of the marriage, because it defends the rights the couple or the other people. They can be man or woman is equal for the two.
I mean, first, I think that we need to understand or try to understand some topics. I think that, I think it's a real thing. Gay people are real. I mean, they are real. There are people. And they exist.
Yes.
And they need rights. And they are a big population, and is increasing with the years. I mean, they are real. We have a lot of gay people in the world and in our country, and I think that, and I believe in the right that the people have to be happy, and I believe that no one have their right to try to be or to try to I don't know how to express that. I mean, nobody has the right to impose you something. Yeah. So I believe in freedom.
Okay, you are in favor of adoption too.
Yes.
If anybody have the right of impose something, why a child? Yes. Do you understand me?
But it's the same with heterosexual marriage.
Yes,
No?
but no, it's the same.
Yes.
Why not? I mean, why not?
I think that you don't grow up the same with a mother and father. You have two mothers or two fathers.
Yes.
Mauricio. Okay.
Yes. I agree with you.
Please, Laura.
I agree with you in that one, because I don't think that the government is imposing something to the gay movement, maybe that they're not going to be happy. I think they're trying to impose some laws in the constitution, maybe to get marriage or some rights, as you said, because everybody, regardless their sexual preferences, they need to have some rights, right? But I think that first we have to have reasons. The reasons make some definitions, and then after the definition we have a law, right? But what happened with those kind of things? I think they are not. They don't know the definition of what they're proposing. That's why the laws and the government haven't accepted those ones, right? I think that if they are operating in a bad way, what they're trying to do, like get marriage, adoption, things like those. And I can say some cases that I was looking for yesterday, and I quote, let me give you I can quote the research which shows that maybe the gays in adoptions can be dangerous for children, because Ray Montes, a principal investigator of those kind of things, that is one of the principal persons who is against the gay adoption, says that 800,000 have reported that child is in a pornography and violence. And especially the boys have been abused by homosexuals, which have been in a family, in an adoption by gays. So I think that, how do we know the gay adoption is not going to carry out with evil processing?
But I think it's the same with heterosexual marriage. We have the same problems.
Yeah, but what do you think?
I mean, it's a world problem.
It's a world problem.
It's a human problem.
What do you think with the statistics? Why gays has the huge statistic as violations that the
I understand your point. But I mean, yesterday I was searching about those kind of things, and I found some testimonies too. I mean, I was reading a text about the American Psychological Association and the American Medical Association that said, I mean, the other, yes, other things. I mean, that childs are happy, and I mean, like it's the same with the heterosexual marriage. It's like the same thing happened with when gay couples adopt a child, and when heterosexual couples adopt a child. So it's something controversial.
yeah.
But I mean, I think that we need to separate the religious things in this kind of topics. We need to try to think with, I don't know, open our minds and try to think differently.
I think that it's not of the matters because maybe we have religion point of view, religion views, moral views, political views, social views, and that's why I think that maybe the people who are in favor are thinking only in gays' rights. They're not thinking about the children. What about the statistics of bullying maybe? Have you ever think about it? Have you ever talked about
The
it?
statistics
of bullying.
What happened with it?
In the schools because their parents have another sexual preferences. Can you imagine a meeting with children with their parents are gays or lesbians, things like those? What about those kind? Try to think in the child, no, in the children, not only in the gay movement because we are.
Just because of that, we need to prohibit the gay marriage because of the bullying in the schools of the children.
No, there are a lot of factors.
There
There are a lot of factors. Maybe I can express one later because I have to
Wait.
express that.
I think that, excuse me with the others' opinions, but I think that we need to clarify the marriage, okay? Because if we don't clarify the marriage, you need to marriage to adopt the boys, and we need to first talk about the marriage, and then they clarify the marriage, then talk about the adoption because it's necessary to. Yes.
If you say
No. Vanessa, have the word.
Okay, I think that the gay marriage is recognized in several countries around the world. For example, Argentina, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Denmark, France, a lot of countries. That I think that the gay couples and the heterosexual couples have the same rights. Why not? Because as Andres said, we are people. We have the same rights, the same politics, the same religious in each country. It's ridiculous to discriminate to gay couples.
I think it's the same like with racism.
Wait, Claudia, have
But this is first the marriage. I'm talking about the adoption.
Andrew and Karen take the word. The adoption, adoption.
Marriage.
Yes.
No.
I was going to review the marriage point, but now we're talking about
You talk about marriage? Okay, so.
I think that is the same of discrimination. Because discrimination affects us because you don't respect to the other. And this is the same. I think that is the rights and the law, everybody needs the same things. So I think that this is a good and don't respect.
You know, to be
I don't know, I'm just going to say that we can maybe think that we are all human and first side maybe. I mean, not like with gay or not, but we are all human. And second, marriage is not a right, marriage is a privilege. So.
Well, I want to know what is the difference first between a gay marriage and a heterosexual marriage. Because the marriage is only a compromise. You need to use traditions or religions or beliefs. It's a compromise no more. Why is that? Why I don't know how I explain that. First, what is the means of marriage? First, can you tell me about that?
Is to share with other person.
To share what?
To share your life, to share your things, your minds.
It's supposed to be like a union of
No.
women and a man.
No.
Nowadays.
Please raise your hand.
And I think the family need two positions, the position of the mom and the position of the dad, the father.
We were talking about equality in the Constitution. The equality is an important right. And the difference, as Mabel said, is the rights that comes with marriage. With legal marriage, the normal couples have many things, or many kinds of rights that they have for getting married. For example, when one of the couple is sick or is in an emergency case, and the other partner needs to make a decision for his life, for example. That's a right that gays don't have. In case that one of the gays in the couple of homosexual humans, one of that person is in really sick emergency, the partner can decide if he is going to live or going to live. That's one of the rights that marriage has. And the other is financial. For example, if you live with a person, you share all your things or your property or your other things. And if one of that person in the couple died, who is going to receive that properties? That's it. I think it's so unfair for the homosexual because the percentage of divorce is more high in heterosexual marriage than in homosexual because it's, I don't know, it's logical, but they take the decision with this person and it's for life, and our point is different. And in Colombia, the bill equality marriage no passed in the second debate. This bill has been introduced by Senador Benedetti, and this bill received 17 votes in favor and 51 in engagement. And don't have free. They are a weird person, and it's unfair for them.
clarify something. There is human rights, no heterosexual rights or gay rights. There's human rights. Okay. So being gay is not doesn't make you or doesn't make you your human position. I think don't allow gay marriage is a way to discriminate. And between all of those that said that kids are the most maybe affected, I think that with gay marriage we can, how do you say, like,
Keep that.
what?
We remove,
Yes, like,
take away.
okay, maybe we can maybe promote equality and not discrimination thinkings in our child. That's what I was saying with your point of view that I'm totally disagree because you said something about bullying, but bullying it's created by kids that doesn't have like open-minded of gay marriage. Like I don't know, maybe gays are just free of making decisions like any of us. I don't know, maybe discriminating with gay marriage is set them as inferior in society. And I think they are not inferior, they are just the same as us. I don't know, maybe if, as you say, like I think marriage is a bond, like the marriage is making permanent, is showing, it's okay. It's union, a bond between people that love each other. Through marriage, it becomes maybe public and permanent. This is like a definition, not religious definition. I don't know, maybe I was seeing some point of view that says that marriage is strictly for reproduction. But if it's so the fertile heterosexual couples weren't allowed to be married.
They can move the
I agree with those opinions. I think that if you consider that the family is a woman and man, why in this moment exists families that is only woman or is only man? And in this moment don't they know our family. I think that if it's a religion law, the family exists until one of them died. And don't exist the divorce. But exists the divorce in the constitution and eliminate all the things that the religion says. I don't know, I think that constitution maybe the religions don't accept we don't accept the religion.
Well, about the Claudia said about the divorce in the heterosexual marriage is the same, because if you search about the how many people, gay people died in the year because they changed all a huge time with a couple is big. But I think it's not the reason. I hope it's not personal. Yes. But about the Paula said and Karen said, I think that the family can be with a one person or more. Yes, but if you have, for example, if the kids have a two father, yes, but one person has the role of woman, another person the same sex has the role of the man. Can you tell me what is the difference in these families? The strange family form?
Andres have the word.
I didn't understand. I don't know the question.
Okay, my question
But
is
I'm going to talk about
other things, but my question was for Karen because she said about the family when existed one person in the family. One, yes, you said that. But what is the difference between to have? Okay. If you have,
I think I understand.
yes, you understand. Yes, but really I can understand that. And to me, it's disgusting to see two men or two women to do something strange things like a kiss. It's too strange for me. I can understand.
I was thinking that, I mean, it's funny because I think Monday or classes before, we were talking about racism, and Mary said, no, here in Bogota we don't have racism. How about gay people? I think that this is racism. I think it's exactly the same. So, yes,
To me?
try to see.
All right, I think sometimes we tend to be pretty reactionary, don't we? But I think that nobody have the same cultural literacy to understand those kind of things. However, I'm not against of the gays. I'm not against of their beliefs or their sexual preferences. I'm not against that. And I don't consider that I discriminate those persons as a gay because I respect them as a sexual preference, but just I don't share it. And what Paula's arguments concerns, I think that the children can open their mind because they know the definition of those kind of things. Even they don't know what is gay preferences, lesbian preferences, because it's something new for them. So I really disagree with you in that one, because even if their parents are gays or lesbians, there's going to increase the bullying because the children don't know the definition of those kind of things. So it doesn't care.
No, you have the word.
And to say the divorce, I think how I say the marriage is considered a privilege, and it's a privilege. The gay person when decide have this step is for always, ever and after. And this is I going to the marriage is so special for this person. For example, when I see other case where in Colombia it's impossible to have information, I learned that in Europe that this couple is solid couple, happy families, and so in some case they are marriage, legal marriage, and I think people is sincere. And Mauricio, you say that it's not discriminating for, but say, oh, I can marry, but you know, no it's an homosexual, no it's for that you are gay, but you can marry. It's crazy. It's like a discrimination.
You can.
Okay.
But you don't raise your hand?
I raise my hand. I think you're giving the word like I don't know, too late for you know, like the how to say, like the, you know, like
Yes.
the flow, like the flow of the conversation is keep like, yes, like being cut because you need to give the word to those
And
who are
clarify.
talking in that moment, like. Yes.
Yeah, because I think we are changing the topic between adoption and maybe gay marriage, racism, discrimination.
Okay. Clarify the marriage. You want to clarify?
Oh yes, what Claudia said. I think yes, the feelings are important, but even with the gays or lesbian
Lesbians are gays too.
excuse me,
Lesbians are gays too.
they're happy even when they're not married. But you're talking about something that is allowed. They want to get rights in that way. They want to get marriage, a legal marriage. So I think it's not feelings because they are gays, they are lesbians, and they are feeling as well because they are a couple. They can do many things, maybe they preference things like those. But I think it's something more concrete in social. I don't know how to say that. Like, no, I can't. It's like, how can I tell you in other words? I think it's not feelings. I think they are integrating controversial issues as a law in the constitution, as a legal marriage. It's not feelings because they're happy. It doesn't matter in the legal environment. So I think it's not. The feelings are not something that we need to consider as a law.
Yeah, but I think here in Colombia we had a weird picture of the gays because when we think in gays, maybe think in Caracas gays, but in my career I had one gay in so fine person, responsible and he feels so proud to be gay and sometimes don't have doors to anything or anyone. And this is my friend, but I feel proud of this person because sometimes for me or for my friends, it's oh no, I don't speak, I pray or something is this, and he said no, I'm gay, I can't do it, and with their two kids, they accept the people this way, they don't have problems. And for example, the bullying, when I live in Chile, the bullying is so raw. I'm sorry. and no, it's only for the gays, for your skin, you are fat, you are small, it's for everything. And it's a social problem. No, it's born if you are gay or not.
I think that for maybe we need more education. If you think that the children have the same thought of the parent, I think that it's a combination too, that if we told the children consider that they are gay too, and you say no, but why, or this is the house of the parents, I don't know, I think that this is the combination for the children. And if we have more education, maybe don't exist the bullying and maybe exist more values on respect to the others.
Yesterday I was reading about the countries that where it's legal adoption and gay marriage too. And I mean, there are a lot of countries that are in Europe and in the first world. And I was thinking about, I don't know, why here in Colombia, I mean, we are in the third world. So, I mean, there is a difference. Maybe they are in Europe or not in Europe, I mean in the better conditions because they understand and that there are differences in the people, in the population of the countries, and they are fair countries. They understand the right of the people to be free, to be happy. I mean, there are countries like, I don't know, France, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Spain, Sweden. They are first world countries. So, I mean, maybe they made the difference between religious ideas and real things. So I think that here in Colombia we follow some prehistoric ideas, like religious ideas. I mean, the world right now is different, like the Bible or those kind of things. We live in a different world right now. So if we follow those religious ideas, in those kind of things, we can mix the religious ideas and the real situation of the world. So we need to do a difference.
I'm not totally sure, but I was reading. I read it that Basilio. Okay. You mean that if you had a father like that, like a big writer, what is the conclusion? So in this point, it's no, it's I don't know. How do you say cualquiera? Every person. It's an important person that have thoughts and have values and that have studies. So it's not anymore, yes, want to get married. No, it's an important person, and it's an important person that want to do that.
About what Andres said, I think that the fact we're living in a new world, it doesn't mean that we kept our moral and religion views. So I think sometimes it is related with what our parents have taught us, and this is something that we can change in a faster way. I mean, we need to think about it, and we need to see the things because it's not easy to change what your parents have taught you. So I think it is not a chaos that like we're in a new world. We need to change our religion or moral views. Not because it is.
But okay, wait. I think that we need to clarify and be concrete with your answer because we need to include more topic. And please concrete with your answer and clarify. I agree or disagree? No, please.
Andres want to say something.
I mean, you can believe in religious things. I mean, what I was saying is that you don't need to mix the things. You need to keep your religion things for spiritual things. Yes. Yes, keep your religion's thoughts for you. So the world move in a different way.
So it's a kind of accept what the others do.
Yes, exactly.
In a mandatory way.
Exactly.
So I need to disagree with you in that because I think I share my ideas. Maybe the world can do everything they want, but I'm not going to accept something that I don't believe. So.
Okay. The last
Okay.
comment.
I am respect about the